Hello and welcome. I'm Komla Dumont. This is a brand new edition of Africa Business Reports. Now this month we're coming to you from the capital of one of the fastest growing economies in Africa and also a business magnet for the rest of the world. Welcome to Luanda, Angola. The civil war ended in Angola 10 years ago, and quite frankly, the country is making up for lost time. I've been to over 20 countries shooting Africa Business Reports, and let me be honest, I have not seen this scale of construction anywhere. Look at that skyline. Look at the cranes. Look at the businesses and buildings springing up almost overnight. The question we have on Africa Business Reports is this: can this level of growth be sustained? Also in the program, making it in Mombasa. The enterprising Somalis scoring business success in Kenya, and why Cape Town's gay community is a new target market. All this and more in this edition of Africa Business Report. Angola's history has been racked by a lot of pain. There was the War of Independence against the Portuguese, and then a brutal civil war that ended 10 years ago. But that was then. This is Angola now. Take a look at this project here. That's reclaimed land from the sea. They're creating a brand new peninsula and marina. When it's completed, it'll have restaurants and offices and bars, a new look for a new city. The economy is really firing. The question is, could it overheat? Egon Kosu's been finding out more.
Luanda is growing at a spectacular rate, not just spreading outwards, but reaching skywards too. Oil is the driving force. It accounts for around 85% of the economy. Billions of dollars are being spent on boosting the infrastructure, thanks to credit and investment from Europe and, of course, China. But despite rapid infrastructure growth, there's still a long way to go.
Now, this may seem a million miles away from the glass and steel structures shooting up all over downtown Luanda. In fact, downtown Luanda is just 2 kilometers down the road that way. Now, this is the main road connecting the port of Luanda with the region's main oil refinery, and as you can see, it needs a little bit of work.
In fact, work is planned to upgrade this route. And another vital part of the infrastructure is also in for a boost. Angolans are about to get super-fast 4G mobile phone services ahead of most of Europe.
We are paving the new roads of the future. Telecommunications, transports, information, money, education. This is a country of the future, and we have to wait that. So we are doing an elegant network, bringing the future nowadays to speed up the growth of this country.
For myself, I've been here since the beginning of 2010.
Chinese telecoms giant ZTE is technical supplier on the project and sees Angola as a major market, but it brings all its equipment in from China.
Basically, we cannot manufacture even the phones, even all the equipment here, because, you know, honestly speaking, the education level for this country is still a bit low, because I think it's because of the war. Because during the war, all the educational resources have quit this country. So they only start to build up the education system now. And basically, you know, in our industry, in this telecommunication industry, most of the qualified engineer is coming from abroad.
When you see the pace of change in the city, you really understand that economic growth here is real and rapid. But of course, it's coming from an extremely low base because the civil war here smashed much of the infrastructure. So it's important that the pace of growth is kept up, because any slackening off could have pretty dire consequences.
Despite all the growth, around 72% of Angolans still live on less than $2 a day. Progress on getting them out of poverty could stall unless the country broadens its economic horizons, according to a major player in the diamond sector, the second biggest industry here.
I think the correct investments in other sectors, not only in oil sectors or diamond sectors, in other sectors, agriculture, industry, infrastructure, roads, and transportation.
But too much growth can be bad for you. Inflation is now down to around 11%, but the cost of living remains staggeringly high, pricing many people out of the Angolan dream. There's a drive to bring prices down by cutting the reliance on expensive imports and boosting local industry. But as Angolans watch their future spring up before them, getting the pace of growth right will determine just how many of them really can share in this country's apparent economic miracle. Egon Kosu, Africa Business Report, Luanda, Angola.
In most parts of Africa, the gay community is often ignored. Sometimes it's a bit worse, they're persecuted, which is why what is happening in Cape Town, South Africa is actually quite unusual. Navdeep Dhariwal reports on how businesses are now targeting the gay community.
Gay and lesbian communities are thriving in this part of Africa, and their experiences are a far cry from other parts of the continent where same-sex relationships are often deemed illegal.
I don't think it's tough anymore to be gay in South Africa. I mean, we have the constitution that support gay and lesbian rights. We have the gay and lesbian organizations.
Eugene Brockman and Henry Banchez have been a couple for over 11 years. Former city executives who used to live in Tokyo, they've returned to Cape Town to fire up gay business and enterprise in the city.
So this is the gay flag of South Africa. Of course, it has the international rainbow colors.
They invented the gay flag as a symbol of their cause and are urging the business community across Africa to recognise the spending power and potential of the gay and lesbian market.
In Cape Town, what we call the Pink Rand is very, very, very big over here. But the thing is, a lot of people are literally still in the closet when it comes to that.
In terms of some statistics, in 2008 there was a survey, but that's the most recent we can have. So that's about 4.8 million South Africans that are gay and lesbian. So like 25% of those people are in a high income bracket above 28,000 Rand in salary per month. So they have the potential to spend a lot.
The couple have also started selling merchandise linked to the gay flag in local shops. They've been responsible for pushing big events like Gay Pride and Mr. Gay South Africa.
Progressive attitudes have attracted a large number of gay and lesbian tourists to this part of the continent. For example, gay and same-sex weddings are a huge attraction. But also, the gay and lesbian tourist market hasn't been as heavily hit during the recession.
Which have all contributed to putting Cape Town firmly on the gay tourist map. The niche gay and lesbian hotel industry, for example, is bucking the trend. Amsterdam House is South Africa's first male-only guest house. Founded in 1998 for gay visitors, its 8 double rooms are occupied almost all year round.
I have to give you is clean, good accommodation. The rest of the holiday is up to you.
Lawrence Botha has been managing the hotel for its Dutch owners. He says other gay businesses are certainly benefiting from the regular influx of gay visitors.
Well, we always try and support gay business first before we'll use any other business, because I believe that by supporting the gay business as is, I create job opportunities within those businesses. And those businesses can grow and actually employ maybe more gay people.
Although there are no accurate figures yet to measure the impact of gay and lesbian tourism to South Africa, sources believe up to 20% of visitors to Cape Town are same-sex couples, and they're almost always likely return. And that's a statistic that few businesses today can afford to ignore. Navdeep Dhariwal, BBC Africa Business Reports, Cape Town.
And that story brings us to the end of part 1 of this edition of Africa Business Report, coming to you this month from Luanda, Angola. Still to come, the rise and rise of Mombasa's Somali business community. Stay with us.